It's the moment we've all been waiting for. The results are in, America. You have voted. Who will host the show today? Houston, please take a step forward. Ellen, would you step back? Houston, step to your right, please. To your right again. Ellen, would you cross me diagonally and take a knee? Houston, would you step back next to me on my right-hand side? Ellen, please step forward. Have a seat. I'm sorry, Houston, you are out. Ellen, rest there. You'll be hosting the show today. Congratulations.
Yes!
You have made the cut.
Yes! Thank you! Oh! Ah! Thank you, man. Ah! Thank you. Oh! Back at you. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. That's kind. I really don't deserve it. Truly, I don't. Before I get started, I'd like to introduce someone who's going to be standing out here with me throughout my monologue. This is Michael Purcell, everybody. Michael, come on out. Michael is here today to help me make an apology. And I want to stress that apologies are very important, very important. All of you out there, when you make a mistake, it's good to own up to it. You always say, I was wrong, please forgive me. That's all you can say, and most of the time people will forgive you if you make a mistake. And I've told you before, when I make a mistake on the show, I admit it right away. Usually the mistakes I make are just things that make me look stupid. Because like once on the show, I mentioned a store. We were giving away gifts from I called it Sir Le Table, and it was French for Sir Le Table, and so pardon-moi. And so I usually look stupid when I make mistakes. But yesterday, during the monologue, I said something that made someone else look foolish. And I never, ever want to do that. My goal is I never want to hurt anyone's feelings. I never want to do anything that's hurtful or mean. This is yesterday's monologue, a little piece of it. Sometimes you make a really good first impression, and then the last impression totally ruins it. This happened if you watched the Miss USA pageant. I assume we all did. I felt so bad for this girl. If you didn't see it, what happened was Miss California was in the final five, and the host, she told the host, Billy Bush, that she was learning Spanish but wasn't really fluent yet. And so he said, well, how do you say thank you very much? And she turned to the audience and went, thank you very much. Well, here's the problem. I repeated a story that one of my writers told me. I hadn't actually seen the Miss USA pageant, and so he tells me the story, and so I thought that was very funny. And the real true story is, which I found out, is Miss California is not learning Spanish, she's learning sign language. And so what she did was perfectly normal, to turn and say, thank you very much. That's exactly what she should have said. And here I am apologizing today, but the people who watched the show yesterday are probably retelling the story all over the place. That's the problem with missing a show. If they're not watching today, they're not realizing that I made a... Watch the show every day in case I make a mistake. You have to. And I learned that you shouldn't repeat a story without checking all the facts, especially if you have a TV show. Don't ever just retell a story. And thank God I didn't tell that story about Miss Vermont wanting he told me she wants world cheese, and it's not, she wanted world peace. So I made a smart decision not retelling that one. But anyway, the worst part is that Miss California, I said in the end of the monologue, Miss California ended up in a bar ordering mas tequila and yelling, "Por qué?" And of course, that's when I found out what I did. I ended up in a bar ordering mas tequila, yelling, "Por qué?" I mean, who am I to judge someone under that kind of pressure anyway, even if she would have made that mistake? You know, I've never been in a pageant before. I've never been interviewed by Billy Bush. I have, but not for a competition. And I've worn a tiara, but I put it on myself. And I don't think I've ever worn a sash, although I have a sachet in my underwear drawer. The point is, it's nerve-wracking, and it must be really hard to be in Miss USA pageant, and I have the utmost respect for Miss California. She represents me. I live in California. I didn't vote for that election, but next year I plan on it. And so the one thing is to apologize and to say I made a mistake, but mainly I should apologize to Miss California, which I found out is not her real name. And her name is Brittany Hogan, and we flew her in from San Diego to apologize. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss California, Brittany Hogan. I'm so sorry. I don't, is it I'm so sorry?
I'm so sorry, but this is even better. We go forgive.
Forgive.
Forget.
Forget.
Finished.
Finished. Really? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Muchas gracias. Right?
Oh, muchas gracias for forgiving and forgetting. All right, so thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I
you.
understand you brought me something.
I did.
Okay.
It's coming.
Okay.
You're gonna like this.
All right.
We designed this banner especially for Ellen. We all
Okay.
make mistakes, right?
Yes.
So we're giving her the title of
Oh, thank you.
Can we take your watch?
Okay. And how do you say make me dance?
Okay, so we go like this. Make
Oh, okay. Make
me
me
dance.
dance. Thank you so much, Brittany, for being here. I appreciate it. Enjoy the luxury box. If we can get you anything at all, we will. That was 1:07, by the way. All that I thought I was going to go over. Yesterday was at 1:03, and I didn't even have a Miss California to dance with. Oh, all right. On the show today, Ryan Seacrest is here. From American Idol, of course. I don't know about you, but I'm still upset, and I think we're both upset about Nadia being gone. I don't know what's going on, but Nadia shouldn't be gone. And he's also here to promote his special American Top 40 Live. And on the show also, Fran Drescher is here from the new WB sitcom, Living with Fran. And who can forget her from The Nanny, of course. And we have a woman on the show, she swallowed a needle. And she's here to tell us all about it. I had something to do with it. She was watching my HBO special. Never, ever. You know when you're sewing and you hold the needle in your mouth? Don't ever do that again. When you hear her story, you'll never do that again. Or at least don't do it and watch my HBO special. But it's a crazy story. So she's out here. She's 20 years old. Danica Murphy, that's her name, and she is here. My sash is falling. Does that happen a lot? Also, we have a new addition to the Ellen DeGeneres Show family, our announcer, Paul Bartholomew and his wife Alyssa welcomed their second baby girl Zoe Ann into the world on Tuesday. Here's a little baby. Oh! She is so adorable, and this is amazing. We have live audio of Paul in the delivery room as the baby was being born. Listen to this.
Here she is now, my daughter.
All right, and also we heard from the jacuzzi people again, and now they're telling us they're going to send us a jacuzzi. First they threatened us with a letter to sue us, and now they're sending us a hot tub, which, oh, I shouldn't have called it a hot tub. Anyway, we got to figure out where to put the hot tub, and so when it comes, it'll be a whole lot of fun, I think, to have a jacuzzi on the set. We can interview people in a jacuzzi. All right, I hope it's, I don't know what kind they're sending, but I really want a Roman bath also. You know what those look like, don't you? And now it's the moment you've all been waiting for. The votes are counted. The choices for our next reenactment were the volleyball story, the Tic Tac story, and the submarine sandwich story. And the winner is, with 62% of the vote, the submarine sandwich story. You don't sound as excited as you should be about the submarine sandwich. Perhaps you need to be refreshed on the story. This is a woman who wrote in. You know, we were asking people for the most embarrassing moments. And Raylyn Roadhouse from Missoula, Montana, wrote in, and she says, I live on a very busy street a couple of blocks down from a sub-sandwich shop. One Saturday morning, I had slept in very late and still had my usual sleeping ensemble on. Mismatched socks, odd nightgown, and sweater to complete the look. In this outfit, plus very wild, uncombed hair, I decided to go on my front lawn and water my flowers. A very attractive young college man was walking up the block towards me and holding a puppy cuddled up to his face and kissing it. I love dogs, and when I saw him, I started to run towards him. I said, "How precious!" He had come to a complete stop and had this scared look on his face the closer I got to him. However, when I got within 6 feet of him, I realized it was not a puppy he was holding, but a wrapped sub sandwich, and he was eating it, not kissing it. Can you imagine? I stopped in my tracks, screamed, and ran into my house and hid under my coffee table. Although I've told this story many times to my friends, this college man is the only one who doesn't know that I thought he was holding a puppy. I'm sure he tells his story very different, Raylyn Roadhouse. So when we hear a story like that, we have to reenact it. This is the Ellen DeGeneres Reenactors. Please watch. Dear Ellen, I live on a very busy street a couple of blocks down from a sub-sandwich shop. One Saturday morning, I had slept in very late and still had my usual sleeping ensemble on. Mismatched socks, odd nightgown, and sweater to complete the look. In this outfit, plus very wild, uncombed hair, I decided to go on my front lawn and water my flowers. A very attractive young college man was walking up the block towards me, holding a puppy cuddled up to his face and kissing it. I love dogs, and when I saw him, I started to run towards him. I said to him, "How precious!" He had come to a complete stop and had this scared look on his face the closer I got to him. However, when I got within 6 feet of him, I realized that it was not a puppy he was holding, but a wrapped sub sandwich, and he was eating it, not kissing it. I stopped in my tracks, then screamed and ran in my house and hid under my coffee table. Although I've told this story many times to my friends, this college man is the only one who doesn't know that I thought he was holding a puppy. I'm sure he tells the story very different. Raylyn Roadhouse. Don't go away. When we come back, Ryan Seacrest is going to be here. We all love our first guest is the host of the enormously popular American Idol on April 24th. He will also host the primetime Fox special American Top 40 Live. Please welcome back Ryan Seacrest.
why. I can't top what you do. And I think it's the facial expression that you bring along with your dance.
Really?
Yeah, because sometimes I get distracted just by your face and the
Really?
faces that you're making when
I
you're dancing.
haven't watched it. I got to see my
You
face.
got to watch some tapes of
Yeah?
you. Yeah.
Is it, what is it? What am I doing?
It's kind of like a...
Oh. Yeah.
There's a sucking of the cheek action.
No.
Yeah, there is.
No, if there is, that's a natural indentation. I never suck my cheekbones in.
Yeah,
I swear.
you just have high cheekbones.
But I think what I'm trying to do is distract from whatever I'm doing. I think I'm trying to draw attention to the face.
It's working.
Thank you very much. So, okay, I was talking about Nadia being kicked off the other day. How do you feel about that?
I was a little surprised by that. I mean, you know, what happens on those results days is I find out in the morning who's going where, and the most challenging thing for me is to not tell anyone all day. And then we rehearse with the kids. We sort of walk through where they're going to be and what they might or might not sing.
Yeah.
And you have to look at them all equally, or they think, oh, he didn't look at me as long as he looked at Scott. So I'm for sure out.
Yeah.
It's got to be me.
Right.
We were all pretty surprised that Bo Bice, Nadia, and, you know, Scott was also in the bottom three, but Bo and Nadia especially, and then for Nadia to go, many people, I think, thought there were some other contestants that should have gone sooner.
I agree.
I'm just the nice guy, and, you know,
Yeah.
whatever you guys decide, you call, you vote, and then I just read the cards.
Right, but what's your true opinion? You must have a favorite. Who are your favorites?
There were people that I think deserved to go before Nadia went in the competition. I
Yes.
don't know that she deserved to be the winner, but there were some who deserved to go sooner. But you know, what happens, we say this on the program every once in a while, is I think when you're watching, you might believe that they've gotten so much praise that they're going to be okay for a week or two, and then you decide to vote for somebody else, and then that's the week that you go, oh my gosh, they didn't make it.
Right.
Perhaps that happened with Nadia.
Yeah, exactly. I think that is what
I
happens.
love that you're just so into it.
Oh, I know. I feel like it's ridiculous. I'm, 47
You're
years
upset.
old, and I'm like, what? And I'm just, it's like teenagers are voting. At least I'm not voting. I know that a lot of people, a lot of my friends are actually on the phone, like 40 and 50-year-old people on the phone, like.
Well, my life is devoted to giving out those phone numbers, and
Yeah,
you're not using
yeah.
them?
No.
Remember, they're 866 numbers, not 1-800 numbers, and
Yeah.
you can text your vote also.
Okay.
This is I practice in the shower, things
it's
like
good
that.
to
yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
No, I really do care, but not that much to vote. But and yet I get furious. Like I'm one of these people that, and I usually find myself agreeing with whatever Simon says. I usually agree with. I know that he's mean, but he usually is right. I'm always so. And you act like you don't like him, and y'all hang out.
I get that he is honest and he knows what he's talking about in the music world. He's just so pompous. I mean, his ego is out of control. The man, true, it is true. You can feel free. The man, I mean, he thinks that everyone is in love with him. I invited him to come to Mexico with some friends of ours a couple weeks ago, and we get there, and we go out to the pool to get some sun, and he walks out with jeans and boots and no shirt, and his jeans are up above his belly button with a belt. And he's walking with pride, as if, I'm gonna show them.
That's a horrible look. I mean, that image, the jeans and no shirt.
Well, I mean, you get to see what he has there with that Baby Gap T-shirt anyway. So imagine what it looks like without the Baby Gap shirt. Unbelievable.
It really is a Baby Gap T-shirt.
That's what it is.
Yes, it is.
I mean, you can't possibly find a shirt that small
No,
in an adult store.
And he has them in every color.
Every single shade.
Now, what I like, and you speak, and you're a very humble guy, and you've said last time you were on here, we talk about bad school photos and people who grow up looking a certain way, and then I love the way you dress, I love the way you look, and you always say, you were heavier when you were younger, and you looked different when you were younger, and I didn't believe it, because you said you were on the swim team.
I was,
and I don't
that's
know how
correct.
you can swim and not have a swimmer's body. But now I see it. And all right. This is you in the blue. It's not bad. It's just that I didn't picture in the blue T-shirt here.
Yeah. That's what I call the butt cut.
Yeah.
And actually, Simon has that look now.
Yeah. With the baby T. and this I found,
for
I don't know when this was taken,
crying out loud.
but you should have gotten a taller photographer because they were way too short to take this picture. No, never mind, don't explain it.
You can't just show that to the world and I
No.
can't explain it.
No need to explain it.
Mistake.
We have to go to a break.
Mistake. It was a mistake. It was my first photo shoot. They talked me into it.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to go to a commercial, and we come back. Something you've always wanted to do is learn how to do a magic trick.
Yeah, because I can't figure it out.
Okay, well, we have one that you're going to perform. It's very impressive.
Yes. You showed me a little bit of how to sort of, we're going to see if we can pull this off together.
I think we can pull it off. All right, we'll be right back with magic. We're back with Ryan Seacrest, and you have, tell me about American Top 40 Live coming up.
American Top 40 Live, the American Top 40 radio show that I took over from Casey Kasem recently, is now going to be a television special. It sort of follows the journey of these artists to the top of the charts. So we'll have all of the artists, Usher, Maroon 5, Gavin DeGraw, Jesse McCartney, Ryan Cabrera, everybody's in this special, telling the stories of their journey to the top.
Very cool. And it's on when?
It's on April 24th on Fox.
On Fox?
8 to 10.
All right. Yeah, I've been listening to it on the radio. That's very cool that you took over from Casey.
I
you
used
like
to mow, yeah, I used to mow the yard and listen to him when I was growing up, so it's very, very fun. I'm very happy.
It's good. I don't know how you fit it all in. All right, so here we go. You've always wanted to learn magic. Let's walk over here. This is a magic trick that I've seen perform before, and I didn't know how they did it.
Okay.
And we're going to see if we can pull it off.
Well, I always think that, okay, there's got to be something that we can figure out. It's not a real trick, right?
Right.
I don't know if I was such a believer, so.
So there's a trunk under here, and I guess we open it.
Yeah, so we should open it up somehow like this.
Okay, you open that.
I got a quick demo on the way out.
All right. And then we
put
open
this
this.
down, and then this is going to take care of that. So we're going to show you that there is nothing in this box. I'm supposed to set it up.
Okay,
like
yeah,
that.
there's nothing in the box.
Yeah. No? Oh, we tip it down. Sorry.
Okay.
We're going to show you that there's nothing in this box once we
Okay.
tip it down.
Okay.
All right.
We tip it
and then watch
down.
your fingers here.
Okay.
Okay.
My fingers aren't anywhere near that.
And then
so.
we
All
pull
right.
this up, and then as you can see,
There's nothing in
there's
the box.
nothing in the
Okay.
box. Right?
All right.
Good. Oh,
Oh
God.
my God.
Okay, I'm going to make it. It's fine. It's now I just pull this back up with one arm, and all right.
Wait, hold on.
You know, yeah, we'll be doing a show in Vegas real soon, the two of us. Now we put this up. Okay.
Close
we
it.
have to close
Okay.
it.
I'm not going to touch it because I'm scared.
Now we close.
All right.
We're learning, and we're going to spin it, okay? Spin it,
Okay.
and then pound some sides
Okay.
or something.
All right.
And then the magic pound,
All right. All right.
and then bring it up. How many times have we got around this?
We could do it many, many times.
No,
but,
this is good.
All right. All right.
Okay, now, apparently someone's supposed to be in here. Something's supposed to happen.
Something should happen for all that.
Otherwise, we've really screwed
What?
up this segment.
Just open the
Just the
top.
top.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, oh!
Houston! There he is!
How'd we do it? American Top 40 Live airs on Fox April 24th, and American Idol airs on Fox Tuesdays at 8 and Wednesdays at 9. We come back. We're going to meet a viewer who swallowed a sewing needle while watching our show. Don't go away. Our next guest has an incredible story. She was watching one of my stand-up specials while sewing. That's not the incredible part. Apparently something I said made her laugh, and she actually swallowed her sewing needle. So from the University of Oklahoma, please welcome Danica Murphy. A nose ring. You'd think you'd learn your lesson by having something. You could inhale that while we're talking. I'm scared to make you laugh.
I certainly hope not. No more surgery.
So what do you brought the purse that you were working on, right?
Yes, this is actually the purse.
Do you sew a lot?
Not anymore.
Yeah. Because that's a thing. I remember growing up, people put needles in, or they put it in the cushion of, the armrest or something. So what happened? You're watching, what were you watching? Which?
I was watching Here and Now.
Uh-huh.
And actually, you were doing your shoop.
Mm-hmm. Salt and pepper shoop.
Salt and pepper shoop.
Uh-huh.
And I had it in my mouth, and I was laughing because it was so hysterical, and I inhaled it, and it got lodged in my throat. So,
Now, what's that feel like?
not good.
Not good.
Not good.
I mean, did you stop laughing right away, or it?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
All right, so there's a needle in your throat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I run to the bathroom, and my roommates end up taking me to the ER, and they take x-rays, but it was lodged in my throat, so they couldn't see it through the bones. So they pretty much told me that it just scratched my throat, and I'd spit it out unintentionally, and I hadn't realized it. So they sent me home.
They sent you home?
Yes.
Now, did you think you had spit it out also, or did you know it was still in there?
Oh, I knew it was still in there, and actually I felt it like when I swallowed it, when it went down.
All right. So now they send you home.
Right.
Okay, how long are you home before you go back again?
2 days. I
Oh,
went
God.
to class, and my stepmother told me to go to the University Health Clinic to get reassurance that it wasn't in there. But whenever I went, it was still in there.
So how did they know it was still in there?
Oh, they took x-rays.
And did you see it? Is this the x-ray we should see first, though?
Yes.
All right.
This is actually when it's in the intestine.
All right. I'd get this checked out, too. I'd just get that checked out. I don't know what that... Oh, yeah, that's a hip. All right. So, okay. So there's the needle.
Right.
And then what? By the way, I am so sorry. All right. So you go back and say, look, I have a needle in me, and then what?
Right. Then I assumed, well, they took CAT scans and more x-rays, and they figured out that it was in the intestine and not in the stomach. So they couldn't go in with a scope, and they wanted to avoid surgery. So they said, why don't you go home and pass it? And so gave me some gloves and sent me home. They said, come back if your stomach starts hurting or you run a fever.
I don't even want to
something."
ask what the gloves are for, but they said, go home and pass it.
Right.
I'm going to get their number in a minute, because all right, so go home and pass it?
Right.
All right,
That's
so
what I said.
Yeah. But then you went home anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I can't argue with the doctor.
Yes, you
I guess.
can.
Well, now I know you can.
All right, now let me ask you a pointed question. All right, so you go home, and then how long are you home before you go back again? What happens? You start feeling sick, or?
Yeah, my stomach starts hurting, and I start running a fever, and so my roommate drives me back to the hospital again.
How many days later is this now?
It's a day.
Okay.
1 day, sorry. And they take more x-rays, and they figure out where it is, and they say, well, it's punctured the intestine, so we need to go ahead and operate. And they do emergency surgery right then.
God, I'm so sorry. I really. All right, and then, and you had surgery on your birthday?
Right. It was my 20th birthday, September 19th.
God, I can't even believe this story. I can't believe that happened and that it went, that you're okay. I mean, it could be a totally different story.
Right.
I mean, that could kill you, right?
Yeah.
I don't mean to give you new information. Oh, man. All right, so, but people do that a lot. Don't ever put a needle in your mouth. I mean, whether you're watching my special or not, it's just a ridiculous thing that you could...
Oh, yeah.
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 All right, but I'm glad you're okay. But you have a scar and you've had
I have
surgery.
a scar about that long on my stomach.
All right.
And they actually gave me the needle back.
You have the needle?
Right. And
you have it framed and everything? Oh, you just have it here. Oh, it's all bent and everything.
yeah, it was.
Did it bend inside of you?
I don't think so. I hope not.
You were sewing with a bent needle?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, my Auntie Mary, she nicknamed it Nemo. Because she said the doctors were trying to find Nemo, and they were tracking its progress.
They were finding Nemo. Wow. All right, hold on. Well, we'll put it here, and you'll take it back in a minute. We got you not nearly enough, by the way. The gifts we got you do not. But first of all, because you are in studying music, we got you an iPod, which is absolutely necessary. It's a very cool iPod. And in case you do ever sew again, we got you an Ellen pen cushion. So. All right. I can't even believe that story. I'm glad you're okay. I'm really glad you're okay. And I hope that didn't turn you off to my specials. I hope you'll still watch my... All right, good.
Maybe
I
another
appreciate it.
try.
Thank you so much, Annika. Fran Drescher joins us after this. Don't go away. Our next guest is the very funny star of the new sitcom Living with Fran on the WB. Please welcome back Fran Drescher. Hello, Fran. It's good to see you. And I know you were just in New York. You were doing your big premiere for the show in New York.
Yes, and we did really well. Thank you, audience.
Yeah, I heard you did really well.
9:30 on Friday nights. We did very well. We had a big premiere party in New York at Kane, and it was really wonderful. And so many celebrities came out. I was really so touched because I didn't even have a Sweet 16 because I was afraid, like, who's gonna come? And it's gonna be a big bust. And so I was really like putting myself on the line here because it's like they're either coming to support me or it's, I'm gonna have a lot of Dreschers eating there. But yeah, Howard Stern came and Bobby Kennedy Jr. came out and Dan Aykroyd and Kelly Ripa and her husband Mark Consuelos and
That's sweet.
the Queer Eye guys. Yeah, it was
That's
really,
great.
really wonderful. My dad's like, oh, Bobby Kennedy, come here, I'm Morty Drescher.
Yeah. Had he met him before?
They did meet him once before, yes, but
Not enough to call him Bobby?
There's always that fine line of inappropriate behavior that, I have to worry about with my family. My
Really?
Uncle Stanley was, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know the Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah, all right.
I once saved somebody.
Did you?
I swear, it was like 2 weeks after my surgery, and I was really feeling very down, and, my cousin came to visit me from Las Vegas, and she was, like, busy talking about the Las Vegas real estate boom and a pending divorce, and all of a sudden, she gets up and starts choking, and I've seen this in a restaurant, and I was like, I had just had the surgery, and I immediately got up, I grabbed her, I started doing the Heimlich maneuver, and all of a sudden, my dad, who, like, rarely comes up for air when there's food in front of him, started saying, what's going on? And my mom starts screaming, don't rip your stitches! And all of a sudden, a little piece of, like, regurgitated poultry pops out of her mouth. We all gathered around to look at it. My mom reached down with a huge napkin and said, oh, it's not even that big.
It's good to know how to do something like that.
I know, and I had never done it before. And it doesn't happen immediately. You gotta do it a few times. And my cousin's like a small woman. Sometimes I think if it was like a big man.
To be able to push that hard. Well, it's if it's in the right place, though.
It's hard.
Yeah. No, I'm okay. I think I just had a needle in me. But So, all right, your whole family was at the premiere?
Yes, the whole family was at, they were at the premiere party. It's like, I try and make it a very familial occasion, even though it's business and we had the red carpet and everything like that. But I was like, the week before, I'm saying, listen, we can have a limited bar, but we have to have unlimited food because the Dreschers are coming and, it's like free food, forget about it. They are so there. And at the end of it all, my mother said, the food, it was nothing.
She didn't like the food that much.
No, she was unimpressed with the food.
And did you have, are you dating anyone? Did you have someone there with you because last time you were having a whole new social life that you were talking about? Kind of a frightening one, but.
I didn't have anybody with me there because, I was in New York and I sort of wanted I had a date when I was in, and I didn't want to bring anybody because I'm not seeing anybody seriously. But, when I was out here, the week of the Oscar parties that precedes the Oscar night, I went to a party that Tom Cruise was at. And I start talking to him. I've met him before. I stepped on his toe once. Yeah, we're old friends. And I said to him, Tom, why don't we go out for a drink sometime? And he said, wait, what's that? Okay. And he said, I don't drink. And me being like dense, I don't even know when I'm being blown off. So I like explain, oh, well, that's like a euphemism for why don't we get together sometime? And he says, well, you know, thank you anyway. And it's like, oh, all right, okay, well, whatever, thank you. And, you know, duh. And then I go to this Alicia Keys concert like a few weeks later with my girlfriends. I brought you a picture. And it was everybody's birthday. And
Is this
after
you?
the concert,
It was everyone's birthday. Everyone?
yeah, well, it was that girl, my girlfriend Jill's birthday, and that's Alicia Keys in the middle, and that's me. And so after the concert, it was a great concert, and we're like ushered to this like private VIP bar area. So they say, okay, come this way. We walk down a hallway, and they're standing outside of the dressing room is Tom Cruise with all his friends. This big guy walks out of the dressing room and goes like this to me, and he says, come on, Fran, you know, come in here. And so I go to my girlfriends and I say, come on, come on. And we all walked right past Tom Cruise and his friends.
You showed him.
Into the dressing room. Well, you know what?
Now,
If he were my boyfriend, he would be
Yeah.
in the dressing room instead of outside.
you showed him.
So
That's
there
hilarious.
you are.
We have to take a break. We'll be right back right after this. We're back with Fran Drescher. Living with Fran is you play a divorcee dating a younger man.
Yes, older woman, younger man, romantic comedy, and it's on at 9:30. So for all these scenes that we had in the kitchen on The Nanny, now we're in the bedroom. All my girlfriends are so jealous. They go to like the taping and they say, you know, you like have the best job in Hollywood, and it's true. We get to, you know, I kiss him, I canaddle him all the time. From 9 to 5, he's mine. Then he goes home to his wife.
And so you must really like him because that's obviously you have to kiss this guy every single week that you.
Yeah, I do. I mean, he's great. He's wonderful, and you know, we get along great, and it's just a wonderful show. And you know, I was in a relationship with a younger guy, so a lot of the stories are loosely based off of my relations with him. For example, we did a show where, well, in real life, this guy's father and his stepmom were coming to visit, and then it turns out that the stepmom was 2 years younger than me. So I like went running to the closet to find anything that was tie-dye. And in this story, it's like Mary Lou Hanna plays his mom, and she says, "Where's this great girl you've been telling us about?" And I say, "Hello," and she says, "You must be Fran's mother." So.
All right, and it's doing very well, like you said. So congratulations
Yes,
on that.
thank you. I appreciate
yeah.
that. And thank you, audience. Thank you so much for supporting it.
Living with Fran airs Fridays at 9:30 on the WB. We'll be right back. Don't go away. I want to thank Ryan Seacrest, Fran Drescher, viewer Danica Murphy, Michael Purcell, and Miss California Brittany Hogan. Monday, Bruce Willis, and from the George Lopez Show, Constance Marie will be here. Everybody in the audience is getting Ocean's 12 on DVD.